There's a problem in America. We're not talking anymore. We're just not having the kind of hard conversations we need to be having to move our country forward. What you just heard are the opening lines of our 2021 documentary film, Dialogue Lab America. A powerful take on our current state of political polarization, where we brought together 12 average Americans in a social experiment to see if dialogue could move the needle on the polarization crisis that we are experiencing today. And it was also an opportunity to share with the world a powerful model of dialogue that we think has the ability to transform everything that we are experiencing in our nation and around the world when it comes to polarization. I don't have to convince any of you that we are actually in a crisis. And so I won't spend a lot of time talking about the problem, because we all feel it. Our ventures are experiencing it. But what I am here to point to is the why. A recent Barna study pointed to the fact that 68% of those that they surveyed said that when they believe something strongly, they are likely unwilling to change their minds. And that's a considerable, almost a 24-point uptick since just 2015. But worse, 40% said they feel threatened when somebody disagrees with them on an issue that they feel strongly about. That is the essence of polarization. That is our contribution individually to the crisis. But that's not the worst news, because as the church, we are not immune from this. We are a divided church. And in that same study, pastors and other Christian leaders said that the major challenge that's before them is not preaching the gospel. It's not serving their communities. It is actually unifying their congregations and communities across lines of difference, and not just red and blue divides. We think we actually have a solution. In fact, I know we have a solution. And it's a redemptive form of empathy that, when engaged in a powerful medium like dialogue, has a power to transform relationships and allow us to actually see and hear one another. In academic terms, it's empathic intelligence, which is a neuroscience and behavioral theory-based approach to the idea of empathy. But what's unique about this approach? Well, we have found doing this work over the past 5 years that it has the potential to move people from spaces of safety to vulnerability, from sound bites to stories, from positions to postures, from disagreement to common ground, and from intractable solutions to actionable steps. But most importantly, from tribalism and actually all-out disengagement from the public square to the beloved belonging community that we all actually long for. And so what we have also found is that there is, after countless numbers of dialogues and engaging with leaders across the country in communities, companies, organizations, and churches, that there's a young population who's hungry for a new and different way, because they're inheriting the mess that we've made, but with few skills and tools to actually figure out how do they engage this future that they are inheriting. And so we are launching a 3-year, $1.2 million pilot, asking between 150 and 200 young Christian leaders to join us in Pasadena, California, to not just learn the skills and tools, but then practically engage in dialogue labs on important and timely and often divisive topics, so that they actually can engage the future far better than we have. And so what I'd like to do is to invite you to come talk to me if there's a topic or an issue that you actually think we are just bound to just fail on, where dialogue can actually make a difference and where young people need some solutions. But also if you have connections to Christian colleges or programs who could partner with us in this work. But most importantly, if you can help us raise the $1.2 million we need to help support the next generation of Christian leaders over the course of the next 3 years. Thank you.